Hello, this is a quick little tutorial of how to start your Premiere project and how you should be starting your Premiere project, and as well as how to add titles as well as opacity or changing the opacity for those titles. Alright, so when you first open up your project, you want to go to the bottom of the Mac to this Finder, click on that, then you will scroll down on the left-hand side here. You want to scroll down and you will see something that underneath devices you'll see either My Book or it'll say Film and a number. Double click on that and find your folder. Inside your folder should be all of your assets along with your Premiere. So that's how you should be going into your project. Once you double click on that and you go into Premiere, you will see your project. Remember that all your sequences should be lining up here on the bottom. We're going to be going over different aspects of the identity project. Remember that your assets are over here. If it's getting really messy over here, you can create different bins by clicking on the folder here, and then you can drop and drag. You should give it a name. So let's just say ID2, and you can click, drag and drop different project assets in there, and it'll stay nice and clean. You do want to start off your project with a title. If you don't have a title in front of there, click and select and drag your project files over a little bit. I'm going to zoom in by clicking the plus key, and in order to create a title over black video there, to get black video, you go to File, New, and then Black Video. Then click OK, and it will show up over here in your project window. Grab that and drag it over. I've already done that, but I can just cover the previous one. Go up to Title, New Title, and Default Still. Let's give it a name, Identity. And then you can click and type in your title. There are a lot of different fonts that you can choose from down here. There are some that are already just loaded here at the bottom, but you can go over to the right-hand side and pick one out of probably hundreds of them over here. So I'm going to keep it simple, and let's say I chose that one, and if it's too big, if it's going outside of the boxes, come over to font size and see how there's that, you can drag it, click and drag it so that it's a smaller font size, or you can make it bigger. But we do want it inside of these two little boxes so it doesn't get cut off. When you have this T selected over here, it's the type tool. If you want to move it, you have to get the selection tool, which is the arrow. Once you click on that, you get the 4 boxes and you can move it around to where you want to. Over here, you can also click to center it horizontally as well as vertically. And once you've done that, just go ahead and click on the red circle to get rid of it. And the title, as I named it, is right over here in the project window. Click on the icon and drag it down to the timeline. So now it starts with that lovely title, but we want to actually fade it in as well as fade it out. So to do that, we're going to create what's known as keyframes. If you hold down the Command key on your keyboard and click with the mouse, you create a keyframe. Now just one of them doesn't do that much, but it will manipulate the opacity of this little yellow line. I'm going to create another one by holding down the Command key and clicking. Then instead of just popping in, if we drag this handle down, it creates a fade in. I'm going to drag it over a little bit so it starts a little bit from black and it fades or dissolves in. So see how it fades in, and now we're ready. I'm going to, if you hold down the control key, the space that we just created, if you choose ripple delete, it will pull all of it over in theory, but something is blocking it, and it is this narration over here. So I'm going to drag it over here. If you try and do a ripple delete and it's not letting you, it's because there are some clips in the way. So now that I've moved them, I can hold down the control and click with the mouse and choose ripple delete, and it pulls all of them over. So now we start with the title, it fades in, and then it goes into
My name is Layla.
the identity piece.